Hey Cardinals fans, welcome to the Redbird Rundown. I'm Matt, joined today in person in the same room by Andy and Jonathan. And in this episode, we'll be discussing even more Nolan Arenado trade news and reveal some of our Cardinals core memories inside out style. You can email the pod at redbirdrundown@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at redbirdrundown2, on Blue Sky at Redbird Rundown, and find us on Facebook at the Redbird Rundown Podcast. Please take a minute, just if you have like less than 30 seconds, honestly, follow, rate, and review the pod on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It's the best way for our podcast to get in front of more eyeballs, and that's ultimately what we want to do. We have a good time doing this. We just want to grow the show and ask you to join in the conversation as best you can, and that is the best way that you could help us out. Before we get to this in-person rundown, though, Andy, got to tell you, Jonathan and I reached into the Wayback Machine and played some live pickup basketball on Saturday.
Ross, I'm sorry to disappoint you, buddy. I wasn't there.
So, Jonathan, were there any like creaks and groans that you had the next day? Or
oh yeah,
yeah. So I didn't injure myself. I knew going in that both ACLs, PCLs, UCLs, it all had just MCLs.
Yeah,
it all had to stay intact.
all the CLs.
But I'll tell you, after the first game, we played 5 or 6 games.
Did you warm up? Did anybody warm
up?
100%. Yeah, shooting.
Oh, I mean like stretching.
Oh, I did.
I did some stretching, not like an organized PE class, but like there was some.
Good. It wasn't like
we're the age where we have to stretch.
Yeah.
So I did stretch, but after the first game, I honestly thought I was gonna like hyperventilate, pass out, because I don't think that much air has come into my lungs in a long time. And I work out.
The cardio?
Right? Yes, the cardio, like extended cardio. So fast forward to that evening. I slept, woke up, my watch tells me that I have 2 outliers in my sleep, my respiration and my heart rate. And that's because of that.
Yeah.
It's because of that.
You're
so my
recovering.
chest, my lungs literally hurt for 2 days.
You gotta get some runs in.
Oh my gosh. But the thing is, I was fine. After the first game, I was fine.
Yeah.
Like as we progressed,
Slap the floor.
I think we started.
Got a little hop squats.
I think the defense after the first game was more cone style.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like shift as opposed to getting in front of people. But
well, I've been on the bike a lot lately, and that's pretty good cardio, just inside riding the bike, and I've lost some weight here, but it's just a total different muscle group, and thank God we didn't go full court, because some of the guys that were like 10 or 15 years younger than me were like, let's go full court. I was like, okay, if you want me to play for 7 minutes.
Well, that and just the overall, like my body in general, you talked about like you're going to feel sore the next day. And it's like every aspect of your body, like your forearm, like your heel.
Mine wasn't the next day. Mine was 2 days out.
You had 2 days out. It's a peak sore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it everywhere.
Then I woke up and felt 38. I was like, okay, I didn't even go that hard.
I came home, immediately took 2 Advil.
I would have taken an Advil before
I know, I should
leave before I
pregame. That's the pregame.
Yeah.
So what you gotta do.
I don't think I could do it every week though.
Well, that's what people were talking about.
I think I'd be better.
Yeah, you could.
Well, yeah, but like with LeBron, like the fact that the man's done that for so long, he's going to turn 40 later this year. Like that, yeah. Basketball is like one of the hardest things on your joints, on your stuff.
Yeah, so no
CLs.
Yeah, no injuries, just respiratory.
Well, I mean, kind of. Yeah, your body was warning you. Shot off some warning shots.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of warning shots, Nolan Arenado is shooting off warning shots to the Cardinals that he did not want to be traded to the Astros. And they promptly filled that spot, didn't they?
They did. Yeah.
That was
Christian Walker.
That's it.
Yeah.
Filled it. So no Astros trade for Nolan. He reportedly shot that down. Yeah. But we also have another member of the Cardinals moving on, like we suspected. We have Goldie going to wear the pinstripes this year for 12.5 for a year, I do believe.
I believe your text was Goldie in the pennies.
In the pennies, baby.
Yeah, and then and I was like, okay, yep.
Goldie in the pennies.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we'll circle back to Arenado, but Goldschmidt being a Yankee, you think from our perspective, because we've seen him, he was unbelievable in 2022. His decline started pretty harshly in 23, and then 24. It was like, really, what's happening?
A different player.
He was average, like some of those advanced stats.
I can't remember what he did. 1.5 WAR, 2 WAR, maybe. It was very low. Like we had mentioned in a prior one, he's just league average. But when you look at the Yankees, they had negative WAR from first base I think the entire year, because they went from Rizzo the corpse of Rizzo for a while, and that rookie, I think his last name's Rice. I think it's regardless. They had no production from first base. Goldschmidt will give them,
Like
I would
stopgap,
think,
like a 1 WAR stopgap. Like,
I think
hey,
so.
he's gonna be average. Okay, good.
He'll play. He'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, the frustrating thing will be is if they figure out how to like squeeze one more good year out of him in a way that we didn't.
Yeah.
But I'll say this about Goldie and the Pennies. He fits the aesthetic out there perfectly. Clean shaven, professional.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's exactly what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just too bad for him that he's not a left-handed hitter because Yankee Stadium sets up perfect for lefties. It's a little harder on righties. But Paul was a great Cardinal. I wish him nothing but the best. Like obviously if we were to meet them in the World Series, which is laughably not going to happen at all.
Yeah, right.
But like, I'd root against him. But yeah, good for Paul. Keep cashing those checks, buddy.
Yeah, I think that too. And then if you go back to Arenado with declining the Astros trade, all of the information that's come out about that is super weird unless you look at it with one perspective, and it's that I don't think Arenado's gonna leave unless it's a perfect situation.
He wants the Dodgers.
He does.
He's
That's
not
what I've
gonna.
heard. Dodgers.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
Well,
he's not.
if you're a player, who doesn't want to go to the Dodgers?
No.
They're shelling out money left and right. It's like you can't hate them. Like from a player level, you've got to love it when people make it to the Dodgers and get some money. Like
Yeah, and I think for us, is it disappointing that he didn't take the Astros trade? Yes, it is. Because it's not that I don't like him. If he's gone, that's great. But if we have to have him for his remaining couple years, my expectation for him is going to be lower. And it just is, right? I'm not expecting him to be his 2022 self or prior. It just does kind of suck that there's not another spot for the Sajacy or somebody else.
Yeah,
to
he just
take
doesn't
those
fit
spots.
where we're headed. He just doesn't. And I kind of wish that somebody had sat down with Nolan and been like, unlike Yankee Stadium that plays to lefties, that Heaton field plays to righties. And like, Nolan, get out of your own way and like recoup some of your value here, man. That might have been like a nice last act for his career in Houston.
Yeah.
Kind of age out with Altuve and some of their other aging stars and try to turn it back on.
I forgot about that little short porch crap out there in Houston.
Yeah.
The seats are way. They have a box, whatever they call that out there, because who they're going to have play third base is who they traded for at the Cubs, Isaac Paredes from the Rays. I looked at a spray chart of his. I'd seen that somewhere, and a lot of his doubles from this prior year are going to be home runs if he hits them there in Houston. So, to your point, I've also read and heard a lot that Arenado doesn't want to play after his contract's up. That he's just done. He said, I think he's 36 when it's done, and he just wants to be done. So I'm trying to think from his perspective. I agree with what you're saying. Like, increase your value. Maybe you can continue to keep playing. But if not, what if you're okay with St. Louis and you just don't want to go anywhere and you're good?
I mean, I would just expect the Astros to be better than us over the next few years. They've got more established.
Yeah, I guess that's a little bit conflicting.
Star.
Because he says, I want to be competitive, right?
Right.
That's why he wants. So that is a bit conflicting.
He wants to be competitive in LA. That's what he wants.
Yeah, and the Dodgers, if you're the Dodgers just for a second, I wouldn't want that.
No, I don't see a reason why they don't need him.
No, they don't need him. Muncy is a better hitter. And he can play. I mean, okay, that's not a fair comparison between Muncy and Arenado defensively, but I wouldn't do that.
Muncy has played more positions in the majors than Arenado has.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
so I agree with you. It's the Dodgers or nothing. So I would not be surprised if he's there in spring training and we get 3 more years of him.
I'm not looking. Maybe he'll surprise us, but I'm worried about him, his effect on the team, his lack of leadership. Like we're bringing in guys in the clubhouse because he's not a leader. That's just exactly like what we need.
Or Jonathan maybe said of just like covering up that third base spot is like taken up now.
Yeah,
like you can't bench him. Right?
No,
you know what I mean.
You're gonna play him every day.
You're gonna play him every day, and so like if just him physically being there is wasting somebody's like rep time to get in there and show a future player, a younger guy.
A younger guy that might. This is kind of crazy to say, but a younger guy that might end up being a better hitter than him at this point in his career. If Warman pops or even Sajacy, I mean, or Arenado was exactly league average as a hitter last year, and typically that doesn't get better at this age. I think we just see that decline more. He just doesn't fit.
Come on, Brant Brown, baby. Come on, Brant.
Yeah, Brant's texting Nolan
right now.
Oh my gosh, the home run, the power stuff is what's terrifying. When that fell off a cliff, his value on the offensive side.
Also, man, get out of Busch. Then get out of Busch. Yeah.
You're exactly right.
I think like his Hall of Fame case is on the line. I'm not sure that he makes it to the Hall of Fame if he's still,
If he fizzles
messing
out.
around in St. Louis. I don't know if he's a surefire Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I agree.
No, let you hear that, buddy. Come on.
Since
A
you're
legacy,
listening to the Redbird
legacy,
Rundown,
baby.
Avid listener. Real quick, like 30 seconds. Do we think so? After the Christmas time, the New Year, we're about 2.5 months. Oh no, a month and a half away from spring training.
Pitchers and
Are we
catchers, baby.
scared about the lack of movement on any of our 1 year like deal guys, Fetty, Matz, Helsley? Like, are we scared that it's getting too late to trade those guys and we're just gonna keep them?
I just wonder if the big name free agents are starting to go off the board, that now's the time for that stuff to start happening.
Okay.
And so you're setting the market on all these guys, and then teams who lost out are going to be looking at their next guys down the line.
Okay.
If we intend to deal any of those guys. I don't know if we intend to deal Fetty or Helsley, but I would, but that doesn't mean we're going to.
So Matt, you're saying they're not day one draft picks that slide off and like they should have been drafted in the day one? Like,
Yeah.
They're not in the green room sitting there forever. Like,
Right.
They were never invited to the room to begin with.
Yes,
These are the
correct.
players that are like after they pick all those players now. Flip over to your B sheet, C sheet, and now we're gonna be looking at them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that. So okay, well, with the news wrapped up here, we want to go into, since we're all together in the same room, we thought it would be a nice time to recount our favorite Cardinal core memories. Like we talk about with a little inside out style, the little globe comes down and you just can like see it so clearly as it comes down. So just kind of open forum, kick it off. Who's got a good first memory to go through?
It's truly one of the strongest memories that I have of Busch growing up in Cardinals. It's at Busch, old Busch. And yeah, about the fifth, sixth inning, even as a kid, you're just kind of done sometimes and you need to get up from like sitting there nonstop. And it's kind of slow. Definitely baseball is. So in old Busch, walking around the outside there, the circle, there was a spot where you could go and do the pitching radar. How hard can you throw it?
You have to.
And we definitely did that. And there's just a memory. I went with one of my best friends, David, and Matt. You were down there, right?
Yep, I was there.
Was it just us three? Like,
I'm sure there was a parent with us. I'm pretty sure, but we were standing in line. Yeah, I do remember this for sure.
So we're standing in line, and some boys that had one too many to drink. Right?
Well, we're talking about in the era, beers were probably only like $4 a pop back then, buddy, so they were smoking them.
Yeah. Two guys, probably, what are we? I'm probably 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there.
Yeah, which would make me 3 years older.
Yeah, right around in there. And so these guys were probably in their late 20s, honestly. They look really old to me in the time. Like, I can still see one of them in my mind's eye.
Oh, I know one of their names for sure.
Oh, for sure. And so...
I don't know this story.
You don't know this story?
I don't know this.
Oh, my gosh. And so we're standing there, and they are inebriated, and they are going to town, like talking up a big game.
Okay.
Like they're like, I'm gonna
hit 80.
Yeah. They're talking that, just that. And so the first guy gets up there. So we're behind them. So he gets up there to throw the pitch. And as one would expect, I don't know, in the 50s probably.
I have a distinct memory of that screen coming up and saying 47 miles an hour. The guy just like complete lollipop, didn't know where he was.
To where the what is remembered and what we quoted is Larry suck, Larry.
So the friend came in. That was the next guy in line, and he saw his friend, and I guess his friend's name was Larry, and he just let him have it.
Yeah, just suck, Larry, like
multiple times, slurring his words.
Dang.
Larry, you suck.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, I do have to say, hearing that, I do feel for Larry a little bit, because when you go in there and you throw in those pitching things, you do feel like you're painting 88 and it's like 47. And then everything hurts, like your entire body.
Your shoulder, whatever that. Chris Carpenter had some kind of injury where his shoulder impingement or something with his nerves. I feel like you're giving yourself that. Going as an adult.
Well, because you're going in there as an adult and you haven't thrown a ball like that in, who knows, a decade?
Oh, yeah.
And all those muscles are just dusted. Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible idea to do.
No,
I feel you, Larry.
That drunk bravado and just Larry, you suck. So,
hey, I love it.
Absolutely.
We were yelling that at each other leaving the stadium. We were yelling
Larry,
in the car.
Larry.
It was like a running joke at church like the next month and a half, just every time we'd see each other.
I mean, for a long time, like
Yeah,
not
like
just
the
a month
next
and a half.
decade.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Matt, you
Yeah.
got one?
Yeah. So if we're talking core memories, I mean, we've referenced this before on this podcast, but the reason all three of us are Cardinals fans is because of our dad, and just growing up as Cardinals fans. So one of my core memories, and I don't know if you guys remember this photo or not, there must have been some kind of day, where the
You go down
fans
the
can get
field?
on the field. Yes, and it was at Busch 2. And this was in the turf era. Because I'm pretty sure he's standing on turf.
Okay.
And there's this classic picture of dad, and he's like
Oh,
holding
yeah,
his
I have
nose.
it right next to my computer at
Yeah,
the house.
yeah, he's holding his nose and like pointing at they used to have all the logos of the
Yeah.
opposing teams on
In
the
the
wall,
division.
just pointing his nose at the Cubs sign and just like.
Do you have a
giving
picture
it
of you and
thumbs
him
down.
doing that? Because I have a picture of me and him doing that.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's funny.
And that's just like an encapsulation of we're at Busch on the field, hating sports hating the Cubs, and that's it, and that's where it came from. And I also have a memory of Andy. I think you'll remember this more than Jonathan, but a lot of times being at home. And at our childhood home, we had like two rooms, and we
Yeah.
would switch
Oh,
the
yeah.
furniture back and forth.
One had a
One
higher
had a
ceiling.
higher ceiling
Yeah.
for the summer and a lower
Yeah.
ceiling for the winter. And so we moved this furniture in that high
Yeah.
ceiling room.
Yeah.
And the games would be on every night.
Yeah.
There'd always be a Cardinals game on. And then Mom hated this, but there was like a Nerf basketball goal.
Yeah.
We had a little ball, and we'd be playing basketball just during the game. Or we'd get on the floor and like kind of sit on our knees on the floor, and Dad would throw a Nerf football to me and Andy, and we'd try to like intercept and score touchdowns and stuff. And like that's the stuff that you remember as a kid. And
Yeah.
I swear every single time the Cardinals game was on in the background,
Yeah.
all the time there. And baseball's perfect for that. If the crowd
Yes.
goes nuts, you just come over and see somebody hit a home run, then you try to catch another touchdown in the floor with a Nerf football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's those globes are coming down. That's core memory from the
Yes.
right in the
Yes.
chest.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
big
Yes.
time.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think whenever you're talking about being on the turf at Busch too, I was probably way young, if not even born yet in some of these stories. Like
Yes.
that one,
Yes.
you guys were really young when you
Yeah.
did that.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the one I remember specifically at Busch, where we were all there, was it's not a single memory. It's just kind of all these memories. Because I remember at a time we shared. Mom was telling me this because I asked her. We shared season tickets with some people.
Yes.
Wow.
I
That
do
were on
remember
the
that.
first base line.
Yeah.
Up-ish, kind of. But we would all go. There's only 4 tickets. And so since I was so young, I would just sit on Mom's lap, which is classic.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd let you in?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I was
Interesting.
probably.
I think just the age he was, and
Yeah, there's
yeah.
like
She said I was 4. So that's probably one of my
I
earlier
mean,
memories, honestly. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember these things, right? This is the whole I've referenced, like the big kahuna thing.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
remember
yeah.
those, right?
Oh yeah.
But the thing I remember the most is like leaving in like the 6th or 7th inning. It just depends if it's like a blowout,
Yeah.
Right.
whatever, right? But I remember leaving, walking back to the car, to the van or whatever, getting
And
in.
parking garage.
Yep, it's the parking garage
Still
right
there.
across. It is.
Still there.
It looks terrifying.
Yep.
Still.
Yep.
Yep. And Dad would turn the game on KMOX, and it was Mike Shannon.
Yeah.
And I remember laying in the very back on these bench seats
Yep.
and hearing
In
that.
the Ford Aerostar with the broke slider door, you had to reach around the passenger door. Like, come on, Mom,
Yep.
Dad.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
mostly Dad, I think.
Absolutely
Mom-
busted.
It was Dad.
Yeah, so I'm back there,
That's
no
high value.
seatbelt on,
Yeah.
right, just laying across.
Different era.
And
90s.
that's right. And I knew in probably 30-ish minutes we'd be getting off to get Dairy Queen.
Oh,
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
100%.
At Oakville.
yeah.
Yep.
Getting
Oakville.
Dairy Queen at
Yep.
Oakville. Yep. And they come in the rest of the way home. But honestly, when I think of games, sometimes I think of games like you talk about on TV in those 2 rooms.
Yeah.
I think about them via the radio like that. Because
Yes.
that is what I remember almost more vividly than the games on TV was his voice
Yep.
and doing that. So
We took a lot of trips to Fairview Heights
Yep.
just to like eat Olive Garden and
Yeah.
do X or Y and Z in Fairview Heights, which is a suburb of St. Louis, on the Illinois side. And then we'd be driving home and listen to old Mike. And I'm old enough to remember Jack Buck towards the end of his career. And yeah, that Dairy Queen stop. I mean, I don't know how many times we stopped that Dairy
oh
Queen.
my
Did
gosh.
all this talk is did one of us go on the field to sing? Was that a thing? Like as like the start?
like a
like,
school?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
No,
like our
no.
single banner.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Right. That's what I mean. I feel like that.
It
I
wasn't
don't-
me.
It might have been me. We need to ask Mom because I don't know. I feel like one of us did.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
just
one of
think
us
like
did.
if
see
you
that.
draw like a 200-mile radius circle around St. Louis, like every
Yeah.
child has been
Been there
in that
and done
corner,
that.
in that right field corner.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Just
singing
felt
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, so that's when I think of family memories, that's what I think of. Because we probably only went to a couple games a year, but
Yeah.
hearing on the radio, that was really core memory thing there.
The other one I have as far as like core family stuff, I'm pretty sure I'll be the only one who remembers this because I was the only one old enough to like be in this circumstance. So I was a senior in high school when Dad passed away.
Mhm.
You guys were
Freshman.
freshmen
Fourth
in
grade.
fourth grade. Yeah. So I spent a couple summers like working in Dad's law office. It just like filing stuff, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
literally getting paid $6 an hour and filing stuff. And so I do remember though, he'd call me back to his office sometimes and we'd whip out the St. Louis Post-Dispatch because he had the actual paper delivered to
Oh,
him.
well, sure.
And we'd start looking through the stats, looking through the box score, seeing the league leader. And back then it was just like the real the arcane, batting average, home runs,
Yeah.
RBIs. But I have fond memories of doing that with Dad. And we'd get out a piece of paper and like figure out what pace this player was on, how many home runs he was going to hit this year. I remember doing that some with the Big Mac McGuire stuff when he was chasing some of those, like
Was it
trying to figure
98?
out what his
Mhm.
what his pace was on for those kind of things.
That's fun.
So,
That's really cool. I'm surprised you're getting paid at all, honestly. You were there to live.
Was this at the house that's no longer there now that got torn down like that
no,
office? Or just
no.
fourth
This is up
floor?
at the bank.
Mhm,
Yeah,
Fourth floor
mhm.
up at the
bank.
bank. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. I didn't know that one.
I didn't know that either.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's just because
Yeah.
I was old enough to work there and he
Yeah.
had, we had the paper. And
I didn't know that at all though.
yeah.
I will say we're talking about Busch Stadium. This isn't a family related one, but one of the games that I've been to, because you just when you live in these areas, that's just something you go do. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who they're
Yeah,
playing or what's
right.
going on. I think Jorge Soler, which used to be an old Cubs guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
right, he's been kind of bounced around the league a little
Yeah.
bit. He hit the longest home run I've ever seen, like in person at Busch. And so if you're thinking about the new Busch Stadium, if you're looking out from home plate, left field has that like kind of concourse before you get to like the Coke thing in center. You know what I'm talking about? Like those boxes.
Mhm.
And there's that concrete, and then it goes out to the what's the new thing they built?
The
Ballpark
street
Village.
in between Ballpark. Yeah.
He hit it past those gates onto the street of Ballpark
Wow.
Village. And I remember thinking when he hit it, sometimes you get up and you stand up and it's like a fly ball and it's like deep left field and you're like, stop.
Yeah.
When he hit that ball, I will never
You
forget.
did.
I was like, that is so gone. And it's like one of those where the left fielder didn't even move or turn around.
Was this with you guys or I definitely remember. You remember the moonshot that Poo Poo hit that they put the Band-Aid on?
No, that wasn't Poo Poo. That's McGuire.
I wondered if it was McGuire. I almost said
McGuire
that.
at Busch 2.
Wait, I saw that.
Yes, we were there
We were
live
there.
at that
Thank
game.
you.
That was
Thank you. Okay.
the longest home run in the history of Busch 2. Something like 520
We
feet
saw that,
up
right?
there.
We were there.
Saw it.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I mean, it was
It
a
was-
monster.
yeah.
So Busch 2 had that
100%.
second deck
Yeah.
that it was just enclosed all the way around.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't open. Like they've
Yeah.
done a much better job with Busch 3. But there was a ironically, there's a St. Louis Post-Dispatch ad up there, and McGuire just hit a truck up there.
I remember
Here's
that.
what happened though. I didn't realize it happened because it bounced off and hit that green, what became known later as Freeze lawn, even though Freeze, never played in Busch 2. It landed there. And so I was trying to track it and saw it, and then I saw it land there, and then it was on the way home that I figured out that it was that far, and they put that Band-Aid up there, and I just remember looking at that Band-Aid every time I was there. I was like,
We were
I
there.
saw that.
Yeah.
So
I almost said it
that was dead center.
Just he
A
murdered
moonshot.
that ball.
Yeah, he did.
Just murdered it.
That's like if you think about hitting the baseball, hitting it to dead center is like the most improbable because it's like a perfect timing swing, right?
Yeah.
To hit it
Yes,
right
you're
back
not
up the
pulling
middle.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that either.
That was in the just straight Mark McGuire lumberjack
Oh yeah.
stage
Juiced
too.
it.
Just Andro in his locker and whatever else he's taken. I mean, he was
Yeah.
massive at that point.
The only other thing
like-
I got to mention about sitting at a game is, do you remember when we went with our old pastor
Yes.
and we were sitting up
Oh yes.
and we were playing the Nationals
Yep.
and Scherzer was on the mound
Yep.
and I'm sitting next to these people and you know how sometimes you talk.
You're sitting next to the.
I'm sitting next to just some random people. I'm up
Got
in
it, got
the
it.
200s
Yep.
and we get to talking and it's Max Scherzer's parents. And I'm sitting next to
In
him.
the
and-
200s?
Yeah, like just sitting up
They
there.
hurt
He
there.
went to
Just
Mizzou.
went-
He went to Mizzou.
He's local. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they lived in the St. Louis area. They just
Oh.
came to the game.
Well, and because I don't know how this came up, but I remember this specifically.
Oh, that's
They said,
kinda
"Oh,
crazy.
our son plays." And
Oh.
I'm like, "This isn't like a high school team."
I'm sorry, what?
I'm like,
Yeah.
"Who's your son?" Like a bullpen catcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And he's like, "Oh, he's pitching." I'm like, "For who?"
Right.
And like the Scherzer, Max Scherzer's our son. And I'm like, "Holy cow! Like, how random is this?" They were the most unassuming people.
Yeah.
Just sitting up in
I
the
feel like I have a
mountains.
new achievement unlocked to just go and do that.
Yeah,
No, just act like you're someone.
Oh,
like,
now that's
Oh,
that would be hilarious if they weren't at all.
yeah. I think that just gave me an idea. I'm gonna try that one day when I'm older.
Well, here's how we knew they were his parents because Max Scherzer's got the two eyes and the dad. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's got the two different
Oh,
color eyes.
that's really fun.
Huh,
I
I
hope
didn't
they
know
weren't
that.
now that you said that.
Yeah.
I hope they were just lying to me the whole time. But yeah, we talked for a little bit, and he
No, I think it was legit.
because he said he loves St. Louis, would love to come back here. I'm like, buddy, he's just waiting for some money. Like,
Yeah.
if the money's right, he'd come back.
We
here.
all are.
Anyway,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then the only other memory that I have, if you just ask me for a memory, is we went for the 4th of July game with a bunch of family and friends, and we watched the game and a bunch of fireworks. But then we walked down to the arch after the game,
Yeah.
and we're able to watch the fireworks down there too. And that definitely is a core childhood memory of at Busch and with friends and family. That was a cool memory for sure.
It's also one thing nice about the stadium being there.
Yeah.
It's so close to everything because there's some other ballparks you go to and
Like
it's
Kansas
not.
City, when out in the fields.
Yeah.
It's just
It's removed from the city, right? No, Busch has always been right in the middle of St. Louis,
that's
and
nice about that.
that is good. But you're right; those are like when you think about the summer, especially as a kid, like you're not conscious of time,
No.
you're not conscious of bills, you're not conscious of responsibilities, and you're just like, man, we're just at this game, cool stuff is happening. You know, depending on what age you are, you're like trying to find the hot chicks or whatever, and fireworks after, and then I do remember that. Like Laclede's Landing down in there. Yep. Spaghetti Factory was right in that. Right in there.
Laclede's?
That's what
Laclede's
I think that's
Landing,
what
I
it
think is what that's called by the arch. Like down in there, that neighborhood.
I didn't know
Do you
that.
live in St. Louis?
I mean, apparently not. Huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
No, didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan, I think you'll remember this one.
Okay.
We went with some friends and we were sitting in the bleachers in center. And I think we got there just as the game arrived. I'm also pretty sure this is where you and I got that jacket that we wear all over the place.
Thing is beautiful.
I'm pretty sure.
It's
What,
so
did you
great.
just find one, or they gave it out?
No, they gave it out.
I was like,
No, they gave it out. But man, that I do always do that. If there's some kind of giveaway, even if I have mine, when I'm leaving, I just check and make sure nobody's left one. Because like if I can come out with another bobblehead, why not?
right.
Yeah, exactly. So we got there and there's probably I forget exactly who went. And we'll just avoid the names, but we were getting to our seats in the bleachers, and a guy came over and said, "Do you want to stand and hold the flag?"
Yes.
So we held the flag, like a huge American flag,
in center.
got onto Freeze's lawn up there during the national anthem, and I don't think you were singing the national anthem that time. But,
Yeah.
but held the flag during the national anthem, and like did the
That's
thing where we waved it up and down, and
Yes,
Yeah.
the patriotism was just through the roof for me.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I had that jacket. That
Yes.
must be what
Now,
just
I
makes
thought where you were
Well,
going
wait,
with that.
They gave the jacket.
it was the giveaway as
Okay,
the
okay.
game.
I
Yeah,
thought
no,
you got it for like going.
Can you
out.
imagine?
I was like, oh my god.
Embroidered United
I'm like,
States jacket.
yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
that'd been incredible.
No, what I thought you were going to say was I am almost positive we would always sit in the bleachers. It was cheaper. It was more fun. You think a home run's coming this way. I remember we left early, and the only time I've ever seen like where I was sitting was I think Matt Carpenter hit a walk off home.
You saw the seats
where we were sitting. I'll never forget it. And he hit it in those seats like it was empty. And I thought, oh my god, we were literally sitting right there.
Have you guys ever gotten a foul ball at Busch?
Never.
Yeah.
You
You
have?
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was.
Did you do the thing where you like had one of your kids on your hip and
No, this is.
and kept your beard?
Yeah,
during
No. It was. I was sitting down. We got some tickets gifted. Close first base, probably.
Okay.
Dugout, first base dugout, probably 12 rows back, like that close. And it was just up over the net, and yeah, I caught it. Ball sitting next to I have a couple.
So it was a pop up.
Yeah, up
and
over the net, and I just snagged it.
Got them soft
I
hands.
did.
Came right to you. You didn't have to elbow a dude in the mouth or anything.
Well, the two people sitting next to me were
Cowering in fear.
yes, and so that made it really easy. So
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
bread basket.
Did you get on the screen? Did people like?
I don't
'Cause
remember that
sometimes
part.
they'll-
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely was like, like that, but that was about it. I mean, it was no.
Wow, I've never not a Busch. Only
No.
other stadiums have I been close.
I got one at the A Stadium this summer, but It was just like it was a foul ball, similar to what you're saying. It wasn't honestly even really that close to me. It was like 6 or 8 rows away, but there were 219 people there, so I just ran over there and beat everybody to it.
That's got to be the easiest place to get a foul ball in the country.
Yeah,
and the old
Marlins. Yeah,
that's where we got. That's the only one I've ever had. Someone, the center fielder, after they were done warming up, he threw it up.
Oh, all right.
That's the only time I've ever in my life had one come close to me.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple line drive foul balls that were like, thank God I wasn't that guy, because you hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, sizzling.
Oh, and it's like, I think I'm good on that. Because
Yeah.
you look at the exit velocity of some of these home runs, like 118.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're sitting in the outfield and you get a foul ball, that's
screaming.
Tortures.
Yeah.
You gotta bring a glove.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have any more, like...
I do. I was gonna ask real quick while we're doing just random kind of stuff. Have you guys ever been up on the screen at Busch?
Not at Busch.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been up on the screen ever. Have you?
Yeah.
You been on there?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think we've only ever been on TV. Remember
We
when
were
we
on
tried to
TV.
get on TV so many times on the third baseline?
Yeah. Yeah.
People watching?
Yeah.
Never on the screen, though. Have you?
Well, not me, but it was one of those, I was sitting in some seats and, so there's two options. Like the camera guy is like no scoping you from across the stadium with the zoom.
You're picking your nose. and
Yes,
whatever.
or they're right up on you and the person knows it's coming. Well, I saw the camera go down and I saw who was going to be on, so I just stood up and moved over a few rows, and I was in the background like doing all kinds of faces and stuff. And I had enough time for my family to record it, and so we have like
perfect.
a little 8-second video of me being on the big screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I get closer at the Blues, at a Blues game, than I did.
Yeah.
I think
I'm always I have a plan for what happens if my wife and I ever get on like the Kiss Me.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I definitely
Oh,
think about that every
for
time
sure.
they do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
for sure.
Every time we go to a game, like if in between innings, like check your phone or whatever, I'm always like, stay sharp.
Get ready.
they
Stay
might.
sharp, because
Yeah.
something's if it happens, I'm gonna be ready.
Yeah.
And that actually reminds me. So growing up, my wife is not a huge baseball fan, but she went with her high school. She'd never been to a Cardinal game, first game, and first 10 minutes of the stadium, she was on the screen for like 2 minutes.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I've always told her,
Unreal.
yeah, I was like, I've never been on the screen. She's like, oh, I was the first game I went to. I was like, what? So
I
anyway.
think we're the wrong gender to get on the screen.
I
They're
think
not
that's
looking
true.
for us. Yeah.
I'm much
Average
ugly
looking
for
white
that.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. You speak for yourself. No. So I think I have a good one here that you guys can 100% relate to. It's not family related, but it's work related.
I have one more in the stadium.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Please.
So I was sitting in the bleachers. I think it was just with my family. I'm sitting in the bleachers,
Okay.
and you know how you're in a section and some of the people in the section are just rowdy the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it can be
Oh.
kind of fun because it just depends on how they take
Larry
it.
talk, Larry.
Yeah,
it can be
that's
that.
fun.
Yeah.
Other times it could just be like, okay, man, just
Stop.
shut up.
Yeah, right.
Like I paid for these tickets, you know what I'm saying? So this guy was getting hammered and he kept yelling to the people around him he was going to get on the field. He just kept yelling it. He did it. He jumped out of the bleachers over the outfield fence from my section. I saw him like the whole game drinking and getting ready for it, and just like did the whole like juking fat security guards. And he was out there for like an impressively long amount of time.
Yeah.
I was kind of torn because sometimes I'm like, well, you shouldn't be doing that. And then, but I was like, no, dude, that's section 117. That's my boy out there. Like I needed him.
I kind of hate now. I get why they don't show it on TV.
Yeah,
to, like,
right.
memorize it, but I kind of miss that because it's like this guy's having the time of his life and just
He is. He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
It's a felony. And
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say that too. He was getting dragged out by security, and somebody from our from our section stood up and said, "Enjoy jail, buddy." Like,
but is it a misdemeanor or is it a felony to go out there?
it's definitely trespassing, but I don't
Yeah.
know what level it is. But
Yeah.
it's not you. It's like
Yeah.
on your criminal record. Yeah.
I always wonder though because they say like you're never going to be allowed back in the stadium. Who they got people
Yeah,
clocking these guys?
no.
I mean,
Like,
at
you
the
got a
Clippers
picture?
stadium, they probably do the
That's
new
probably
one,
true.
but not Busch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
biometrics.
I'd try it. Also, does that hurt you like going in for a job interview? And you have
Not a
this,
chance.
you have to like explain it. You're like, I jumped out of the bleacher, and the guy's like, nope, okay, hired.
You're fine.
It like
You're fine.
actually helps you.
We've all thought about it. Intrusive thoughts one over that.
Intrusive thoughts and Busch Light just really did it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So we all worked, just to set this up, we all worked at Staples in our lives.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
We all had,
Staples.
yeah, everybody worked here at Staples. So before I talk about something that one of our managers that we had did with me, talking about the Cardinals, every time the Cardinals were in the playoffs, right, or like a late summer game whenever I was working, I found where the audio would plug in for the music.
Okay.
And I would unplug that.
I know where it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would because it was up
Used to.
above a ceiling tile.
Yeah,
You had
yeah.
to take it down. It
Yeah.
was sitting up there.
Yep.
And I would unplug that and I would plug it into my phone and stream the Cardinals games over the radio through the store. And every time people would come in, they'd be like, "You guys got the Cardinal game in here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we do now."
Like,
so,
why is that not corporate policy then?
I know,
People love that crap.
I know. So like our old manager was like, "Why have we not thought of this 10 years ago?" Because I asked him like, "We've got to try this because it's the same repeated music over and over, and we're all following it or whatever."
Yeah.
But I remember there were times
That's really cool. I didn't know.
as we're selling laptops, like you're doing something where you're listening and trying to really have a conversation with someone.
And Mike Shannon's like,
Yeah, and then you're like, "Get up, baby, get up," and you're like, "Oh, hold on," and you're listening. So that was one of my favorite ones because we would do that all the time.
wow.
That's cool.
And then the other one I had with this manager, you guys will relate to this. We got whenever I worked there, you started to phase in the little ear pieces.
Yeah. No.
If you've ever seen somebody working in retail, it's just an easier way to like, ping somebody, talk to them, ask them something.
Never got those, but yeah.
Okay, so he's in the back, our manager's in the back, and he's not doing much, and the store's like on fire, everything's going on, there's a bunch of stuff happening, and he would ping over. You couldn't like just get somebody specific; it was the whole team who had it. And he'd be like, "Jonathan, can you come back here? I got an urgent matter for you to attend to." And so I would leave whatever I was doing that was important at this time, helping check out, helping somebody do something.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Have you seen David Freese's AAA stats?" And this is like, at this time, this is years after he's been gone from the Cardinals. This is just like a deep cut. He's going back. And I'd be like, I haven't before. And we'd sit back there for 15, 20 minutes just looking at random things while people are like, "Jonathan, we need you to come back up here." And he's like, "Don't leave yet." He's like, "Don't leave yet. They'll be fine. This is more important." And
That's perfect.
I know.
You're on the clock talking and
Yes.
thinking about baseball. It's like being
Yes.
a dad's law office, but yeah, it's just perfect.
Because I just remember him specifically. He always used to get hung up on Freeze at that time. Because I think Freeze, if you look at his overall career, was sort of like underwhelming. Like he had that awesome heroic thing that everybody remembers.
Yes.
But if you look at the breadth of his career, he didn't really live up to I think what people thought.
Yeah.
But if you looked at his AAA stats, he was always trying to find like what happened to him. What was the problem? So
like a cold case.
he would look and he's like, "Look at his AAA stats. He was mashing these pitchers, and of course I'm back there trying to keep it going, so I don't have to go back up."
Oh
there.
yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, have you looked at how did he fare against sliders out of the zone? He's like, "I didn't think about that." So it would just keep it going. Those were some top tier Staples memories there. Yeah,
That's pretty.
That's
awesome.
really good.
Yeah.
Just side note, the Staples the place that I live and where Andy lives close and Jonathan has moved across the country, but we all grew up in this location. The Staples turned into a Marshall's. Have you guys been into it?
No.
Oh, I have this time.
Oh, it is unrecognizable.
Really?
I thought when I went into the Marshalls, I thought, okay, I'll remember that spot. I'll remember that spot. No, they gutted there's not one thing in there that you can tell that's the place where we
trespass and went to the back rooms where you could.
I think it's no.
Do you think they tore out some of those walls?
Do you remember the receiving doors?
Yes.
They're not there.
That's what I mean. Like, do you think they
Must
gutted
have.
all that?
I think that they probably took that back wall out, and receiving is now part of the whole store. And the only thing that they kept was the restroom area in the back, probably for the plumbing purposes.
Sure.
But everying else, no, it's a sad
It almost
day.
made me sad. It really. I just walked in. I was like, my God, they gutted it.
Roof's not different. I've been up there.
Oh, it's the same.
Roof's the same, baby.
It's the same. Yeah,
there's the same ladder.
Man, the amount of stuff that we would do in that place. That's a
Oh, if we had a work podcast,
I
mean,
there'd be a good 2-3 episodes easy of just dumb things that.
Yep.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slightly incriminating things.
Oh, absolutely. Any other last I forgot this had happened.
No.
Any other memories?
I got to follow up with Mom, see if one of us sang.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I didn't do that. Don't think you.
I don't think I did it.
I think it was me.
Yeah.
I think I was done. I think so. I'm not that.
This seems like something in your childhood you'd remember, though.
Yeah, I think it was me. I think I remember being out there.
Yeah, I have not.
Well, I mean, I
don't think I've been on the field at Busch 3 at all.
No, I haven't. I know I haven't.
You think yours was Busch 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
The coolest thing we ever did was that holding a flag.
Yes. That was cool.
That was the only time
that was
I've ever.
Legit. Yeah.
It was. We were definitely on TV for that.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Probably not the time to do some crazy things. So.
No,
you got the old,
got
the old glory stand there, whipping in the wind. But anyway, okay, all right. Well, that's we'll close that up then. That's our core memories that we can recall while we're sitting here live.
All right. Well, thanks for coming back with us. I hope you've enjoyed this in person. It's a little bit different for us, but thanks for tuning in with us this week, and happy holidays as we move into the new year. Hope everyone stays safe out there this week. But thanks for tuning in to the Redbird Rundown, your go-to spot for all things St. Louis Cardinals. Be sure to subscribe, rate, review. Just take a second, like Matt said earlier. Follow us on Twitter at Redbird Rundown 2, on Blue Sky at Redbird Rundown, and find us on Facebook for all the latest news, behind-the-scenes content, which we did record some today. We'll see if that gets released, and more. So until next time, keep those rally caps on, and of course, let's go Cards.
Let's go, Cards!